I dream I know deep up my feelings.
Hi, I'm Matt Liebman Vidal from Karnak Holistics. This is Staying Positive, episode 9. I titled this one Spiritual Guides or Spiritual Beings. I just wanted to just go over what they are and who we are and how we work together and how we connect. So let me just drop right now into it. But first of all, before I start, a bit of housekeeping. Can you like, share and subscribe? It helps me to obviously get the word out more out into the public, and also it helps me be able to generate more videos. And also, can you do a little bell so when you know I upload a video, which I'm trying to do every day or every other day, you'll be alerted to it. So thank you. Let me just drop right into it. So this is about spiritual beings. What is a spiritual being? Well, if you was to go to the mirror and then you was to look into the mirror and you was to just gaze into the mirror like I'm looking at this camera right now, that's a spiritual being. But there is something called the law of duality. Now, you are a human being living in this physical sense, that lives on this planet which is made of matter. So this matter or this planet is made from that energy, which is obviously will wither and die away. However, the spirit, which I made reference to earlier on, is light, which this body hosts that spirit. So there's a saying called you're a spiritual being having a human existence. So let me rephrase that again. You're a spiritual being having human experience. Now that's very true. So you're existing on this planet and in this realm or this density right now for a short time. If we were to look at the fragments of the universe or existence or the time frames or the existence and how things develop and unfold, there is no time. So we can't put, we are here a micro nano of a second on this planet. There is no such thing as time. On this realm, on this planet, we call it time because we need to make sense of our existence and have a connection with this temporal reality. So when you just get a spirit or being come and manifest into this realm, you see these orbs sometimes going across, little orb lights. They are spirits. They are beings traveling through time, traveling through energies, traveling through the different dimensions. So how many realms would you say they are? That someone's asked me that question before. There is no amount of realms. The only ones we know of is because we're on this planet and we're making sense of these different levels. Realms are consciousness of thinking, okay? Realms are consciousness of thinking. When you manifest, also when you meditate and then you go to another realm, your energy travels there. If you're I call it gifted, if the creator gives you the ability to take this physical being to that realm, as you've seen great books from pastors like Moses and so on and so forth, and other great prophets, they have used their body to they call it teleportation. Reality is, why do you want to teleport? Why do you want to teleport? It's not really worth it. Is in your being. The reality is, we have our soul or our spirit in this existence, and we are aware of it. So the consciousness and the unconsciousness are making sense of this realm and the other. we get pulled apart by social interactions and social beliefs and social cultures. So then you get people who are from different denominations or from different belief systems, from different cultures and different upbringings, and so on and so forth. That's what confuses situations. Look at a baby. Best way to explain it. I'll go back to my grandson. He is, I think, 4 weeks now. And when we saw him for the first 2 weeks, he didn't think, okay, right, it's sleep time. I have to go to sleep. This is the time. He wakes up, and anyone who's got children, and my kids do the same, anyone who's got children know that if a baby's hungry, or baby's wet, or done number 2, or is hungry, they don't care about what time it is. They wake up whenever they want to wake up. And then what do we tell our children to do about their child? We turn around, or we're told by our parents, that you must get them into routine. I love that. We must get them into routine. So that routine is so they can be conditioned to exist within your realm, your belief system. So get the baby sit right through the night. Okay, yeah, that's good. The baby sit during the day. Wake the child up. It should be in a routine. For me, when my kids got to a certain age, yeah, don't get me wrong, it is important to teach, to guide, I say, not so much teach, I think guide your child to find the right direction. So be careful with that, because I love that saying in Star Wars when Obi-Wan said, if you find that most truths are dependent on people's points of view, which is so true. A gun is bad, right? Yeah, it's bad. It can cause a lot of damage, right? It can cause a lot of heartache and can really mess you up. However, if your life is threatened and you're 5'2" or 5 foot, 4 foot, and the person's 6 foot and you're female and it's a male, the gun's important, right? There you go. Perception. Who holds the object of power is the guilty party. Don't blame the tool. Think about it. We are so quick to take onus from us to other people, to objects, to other people, because we don't want to own it. Okay? So, how do I get more cognitive about this? Okay. This is a candle holder. To a baby, it's nothing. It doesn't know what it is, right? There's no smell to it. You smell it, you can't smell it, so you don't know what it smells like. If I told you it smells like lavender, or if I told you it smells like opium, if I told you it smells like, cinnamon, you get that cognitive thought in your head. Then you look at it and you go, but the lavender doesn't look, it's going to be purple, right? Because that's conditioned, because you know that's what it's about. So, a spiritual being comes here to this planet to learn and understand about this realm, this planet, this dimension, which is the fourth. And we go through different dimensions to experience different things and to learn. We have spiritual masters or ascended masters. Ascended, I love that line, ascended masters. And it's interesting because all the so-called masters that people say I work with don't call themselves masters. They call themselves teachers, or they call themselves guides, or advisors. Mainly they come and they say, I'm your advisor. Someone who is more experienced is what we call a teacher or an advisor. But I would never call myself a master, even though I've done Reiki. I'm a Reiki, so-called Reiki master practitioner, teacher. It's just what it is. It's a label. It's a bloody label. The reality is, when I've done Reiki, I was a spiritual healer. I just learned the symbols and used that energy to empower the symbol, which enhanced it because it was focused intention. So when my guides come into, they're the consciousness awareness of you. Yeah, remember that. Let me rephrase that. The consciousness, the ascended masters are going to see. I've been conditioned. The advisors or the guides are consciousness awareness of you, which they are you external or internal on another plane, yeah, of consciousness. I know that's hard to understand. That's why when I work with people, I say you need to learn to you need to unlearn, then learn, because you've been programmed basically to this consciousness, to live in this planet, to exist. So it's acceptable. Someone said to me the other day, I'm a free thinker. I didn't know there's three ways of thinking, you know. But the reality is I'm a free thinker. Well, no, we're all free thinkers because we all have opinions. If you don't have an opinion, then you're probably dead. Don't know. Interesting. So I think what they're trying to say is that I think outside the norm. So I've unconditioned myself to how I was programmed to how everybody is. And people struggle with that. So back to Ascended Masters, because they're telling me I'm deviating, which I always do, but that's a part of my development and who I am. So a guide or a ascended advisor will come and work with you to develop you, because it's a two-way street. So they will build upon that. And there is many different ways of working to develop yourself to move forward. So like with a medium, when a spirit comes forward, they get something out of the reading as much as you get something out of the reading as well. So, or the connection, I should say. So that connection now, when you're working with guides, is to help them understand. Some guides have never lived on this planet or lived in this dimension before. So moving on from there, they come forward and they come and speak to us, to work with us, to enhance themselves. Sometimes we've worked with them in another realm or another dimension, but that's another story altogether. So in short, just to wrap up, we are a spiritual being having a human existence. Enjoy it. It's bliss. And I know there are challenging times, and I know how bad it can be, but look at the amazing things that we can do: the touch, the taste, love, compassion, happy, anger, hugs, the sunshine, the water, drinking, taste, smell, all these senses which we have, which we take for granted. So, yes, I've come to the end of my video. So stay blessed, look after yourself, stay safe, and keep shining and love for the eternal flame.